We did it! The patriarchy has been upset by the Barbie movie, at least according to Feminist on Instagram, a page which never has a bad take on things. Now women everywhere are finally liberated and we can give up on the feminist movement. Hooray! Hi, I'm Robert Tolpe, and today I'm going to explain why that's very obviously a ridiculous thing to say. I've refrained from watching any video essays about Barbie because I want to express my own opinion of the movie, and first of all, I think it's a good movie. It wasn't life-changing, but it's cute and I enjoyed it. And I have no desire to undermine Greta Gerwig's success. We love to see a woman winning. However, it's not revolutionary or disruptive in any way. In fact, it's essentially a long-form advertisement and PR campaign for a kind of problematic multi-billion-dollar toy company. Now, I don't want to be called a feminist Karen. I love the Barbie franchise, but we gotta know what we're looking at when we watch this movie. So let's talk about exactly why Barbie isn't as revolutionary as it seems. We all know that Barbie as a toy has its issues. While I'm sure Mattel would argue that Barbie is a wonderful role model for girls everywhere as they do in the movie, I don't think that's 100% true. Their controversy section on Wikipedia is a mile long, including unsavory tidbits about Barbie history. There was a scale that came with one Barbie permanently set to 110 pounds, which would be considered underweight for most women, and a book that came with another doll that advertised girls not to eat to lose weight. There's also the notorious case of the 1992 Teen Talk Barbie that would say math class is tough. My favorite Barbie scandal, however, due to how funny it is when Mattel released a book about Barbie being a computer engineer and she's completely incompetent at using computers, including infecting her computer with a virus and being unable to code, with her male friends doing all the work to help her with her electronic devices. Oh, and that book wasn't released in like 1986. That was from 2014. Old sexist habits die hard at Mattel, I guess. These issues are burned into the public consciousness at this point. We all know that Barbie isn't exactly a tool of feminist empowerment. It's a line of toys designed to make money, and it often profits off sexist tropes. Speaking of making money, join my Patreon's exclusive Discord now for $5 a month. We can chat about Barbie for as much as you want, and I'll be nice to you because you help me pay my bills. Thank you so much. Also, there's a dollar category if you just want to show a token of support. Anyways, if you haven't seen the Barbie movie, I'm not really spoiling anything major at the moment, but I will briefly discuss some of the plot, so be warned. In the film, some kind of rip in the two universes mean that Barbie and Ken must visit the real world, leaving Barbie Land, a world completely untainted by patriarchy. It's entirely run by women, with a female president, a female Supreme Court, etc., etc. While Barbie stays in the real world, Ken returns to Barbie Land, bringing with him a newfound knowledge of patriarchy, transforming Barbie Land into a patriarchal hellscape run by Kens who plan on overthrowing the government. Barbie must save Barbie Land and repair the damage Ken has done to the real world as well, which is connected to Barbie Land through some kind of interdimensional portal, and she must also grapple with her discoveries about human nature and emotions. Now, it's a cute plot, but it carries with it certain assumptions that are kind of insidious. Portraying Barbie Land as a land devoid of patriarchy when it was, in part, created by real-world men is a wild concept. Canon Barbie is an underweight woman who can't write computer code or do math. How does that fit into a land with no patriarchy? It makes no sense. What complicates this observation is that the movie recognizes that Mattel's board is composed of male executives who control everything and are clueless. Women at Mattel are shown to be in mere secretarial positions. So they recognize that men run Mattel and are at least in part responsible for creating Barbie Land, yet they show Barbie Land as a perfect and idealistic place when that shouldn't be the case even within the framework of this fictional movie. Barbie as a movie is critical of Mattel, but its criticisms are not in line with actual critiques of the company. Showing the board of directors as all men is purely fictional. There are plenty of women in high-level positions at Mattel. In this way, the movie creates a straw man to criticize. It's easy to make fun of an all-male board of directors when they don't exist. Remember that this movie has Mattel's stamp of approval on it. Thus, all criticisms of the company have to either be benign or work in the company's favor. A movie that addresses actual criticisms of Mattel, like them making dolls that are sexist stereotypes that allegedly give girls body issues, wouldn't sell tickets or toys, and that's why the movie criticizes problems that Mattel really doesn't have to an extent. Lindsay Ellis brought this up in her Woke Disney video. In that case, it was about Disney's past films, which included lots of RA to the sism. Focusing on criticisms that aren't actually being made is an easy cop-out to look as if you're being self-critical or self-deprecating without actually accomplishing anything or addressing any real issues that your company has. The ultimate goal of the Barbie movie is to make money, and it did that well. It's a box office hit, but it also serves the important purpose of giving Mattel's brand a facelift. With its radiant, diverse cast of beautiful people of all races, sizes, and gender identities, it makes them look as if they're with the times, even though they've been pushing a standard of beauty embodied by a plastic-thin blonde white woman for decades. As Margot Robbie's character explicitly states in the movie, someone who looks like her is what you think of when you think of a Barbie. Other Barbies who are of a different race or body type always come with a qualifier attached to them when we discuss them, including Black Barbie and plus-sized Barbie. But Barbie will always be a blonde white woman in the mind of the public. That's why Margot Robbie is the main character and all other variations of Barbies are in supporting roles. Now, it's not wrong to make a movie starring a white lead. That can sometimes be a lazy way of criticizing a movie without getting to the core of what's wrong with it. I'm not saying that the movie is bad because the stars are white. I'm saying it's no coincidence that the stars are two white people. Again, this is all about ticket sales. We live in a society where people are more interested in seeing a movie about Barbie, and there's certain expectations of what she has to look like. I've talked a lot about Barbie, but let's talk about Ken and where this movie really shines. Yes, it is bogged down by BuzzFeed/Instagram style superficial feminism, but it's rather astute in that it recognizes that, hey, patriarchy isn't so great for men either. BuzzFeed-style Instagram feminism will portray patriarchy as some kind of all-purpose benefit for men, when in reality it is, in part, an oppressive structure for both men and women, not equally so, but that's something that is not often discussed. Spoiler incoming in 3, 2, 1. Ken takes over Barbie Land with patriarchy, but he reveals after he is defeated by the Barbies that he quickly lost interest in patriarchy after instituting it. When the Barbies defeat the Kens don't really become deeply upset. In fact, they burst out into a choreographed routine, dancing between a blue and pink gradient on a cyclorama stage. The Kens dance joyously and kiss each other on the cheek. The writers of the movie could not be more clear about what's going on here. In fact, they're laying the message on a little thick. They're saying men without patriarchy are relieved from the strict gender conformativity it imposes on them and can express themselves freely, allowing them to lie in between the pink and blue of the spectrum that is gender. Though I enjoyed the movie, the end was kind of disappointing. Spoilers again. Barbie chooses to become human because, I don't know, maybe life in plastic isn't so fantastic after all, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, while it's significant to the plot, I'm more concerned with the big changes and decisions that aren't made at the end of the movie. While the Barbies reclaim Barbie Land, it doesn't become a beautiful egalitarian society. In fact, the patriarchy is swiftly replaced by the rigid matriarchy that preceded it. This matriarchy is nothing more than a reflection of the oppressive patriarchal male world we live in, except the roles are reversed. That's not revolutionary or ideal, and I would expect more from the movie. Additionally, this fictional male-dominated Mattel doesn't change either. It would be really cute if the administrative assistant and mom was promoted to CEO or something, but instead, they merely take her suggestions of manufacturing a regular Barbie that's perfectly average and maybe wants to be a mom or something, not because they resonate with the need for representation of more ordinary women, but because, as the guy with the iPad behind the CEO says, it would make a lot of money. The world essentially returns to the status quo, and it's framed as a happy ending. Essentially, the message is the status quo is fine. now go buy Mattel products. I hope I wasn't too harsh on this movie. I don't think it warrants opprobrium, but the page Feminist on Instagram posting that it upset the patriarchy is laughable, and I hope I communicated that effectively. Anyways, I'm Robert Tolpe, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my Patreon, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye!